Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the morning of Saturday, April 17th, 2021. Stand by for editorial. Well, Americans, here it is, April 17th, 2021. And since January 1st, 2021, according to my records, we have had 51 shootings. 51. And over 200 people killed in these 51 shootings since January 1st, 2021, including 10 here in Atlanta. We had 10 and 8 shootings this month alone. And now we got the ones over here in FedEx that happened. So that's another whole bunch there. And like I said in my video yesterday concerning the shootings in FedEx, where are the people that say enough is enough? 51 shootings. 51. Wow. So that means that if we have this in October, we'll have 102 shootings and over almost 500, maybe 600 people dead. Where is the people with common sense here? And then you're saying, well, we can't find a motive for the guy going to FedEx and shooting all these people. Where's the motive for the guy who went to the spa here in Atlanta and shot the 8 people? Or the other guy that shot the 10 people a couple days later in Boulder, Colorado. There. Yeah, where's the motive for that? The motive for the here in Atlanta, you're saying, it's sex addiction. Yeah. And the one from Boulder, what was it? Mental. Yeah. And you so-called Second Amendment, we have the right to bear arms. This is what caused having rights to bear arms. You got the National Guard. That is your militia. Therefore, you don't need any weapons. If you want weapons, then disband the National Guard. And see what helter-skelter that you cause. You got all kinds of problems. But the problem that you hold your amendments to the Constitution to be absolute. And boy, you got some buttes in there. You gave the African Americans the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. And you didn't know what the hell you were doing back in the 1860s when you did that. Because, wait a second, we're giving them all these rights, but do we really know how we're going to implement them? No. Do we really know how to implement a biracial society? No. And therefore you caused 100 years of disaster. And then you opened up your borders. Oh, like Mr. Biden says, we are the refuge. Well, yeah, you are the refuge. Everybody's using you as a refuge. And now you got all kinds of Tom, Dick, and Harrys in here. And they all have guns. How do they get them if they're illegal aliens? See what I mean? You got shootings all over the place. You got knifings all over the place. Because you haven't learned how to coexist, how to form a society. When is it going to get through your thick watermelon heads that you got to sit down and look at yourselves in the mirror and say, what the hell are we doing? I don't get it. 25 people in my ancestral home planet had to do that. And only 500,000 heed the word. 14 billion did not, and they're gone. And you guys don't understand that. Look at that. You've had almost 580,000 dead from COVID-19. And over 200 people dead by shootings that mean absolutely nothing. Just because you wanted to shoot at somebody. That's the only reason why you have a weapon. You want to shoot at somebody. And look at the policeman over in Brookline Center. The police officer, Miss Potter, I believe. She didn't know the difference between a taser and a gun because she didn't teach her senses, her hands, and the feeling. There's a different feeling between a sensor, a taser, and a 9mm Glock. I was blind for a couple years, and I know how to do that because you can get other senses to work. And you can get your senses even when you have good eyesight, good hearing, and you can get the other senses to compensate, even though you still have them. So you've got what's known as superior senses. You can teach yourself to do that. But you humans don't understand that. You actually got sixth sense. You don't know about the other one. But the other one tells you when there's danger. As Spider-Man used to say, I get a tingling sensation. So, when you do stuff like that, like the officer did, or when people go in there and kill, and you promote that in your programs here, your programs like NYPD Blues, Blue Bloods, and the rest of your police department, like Chicago PD, and the old ones too. Originally, you had Adam 12, which promoted the police as it should be, policing. But then you became obsessed with the terminology and the way that the police are just us versus them. And there are perks and scumbags and everything else that you hear on your local television programs. Blue Bloods is no exception. Oh, there's no victims in here, they're just perps. And if you're a victim, oh, well, too bad. But we're going to get them anyway. We got to throw the keys out. Yeah. We got to arrest them, no matter what. That's not policing. Yes, you have to arrest a person who's violated the law. But you don't go like you're doing right now, arresting them like that one lady in Brookline Center. Or Mr. Showman over in Minneapolis. Chauvin there, who, Mr. Floyd, had issues. Yes. He should have been arrested. Yes. But the arresting should not have been like that. Is he going to resist? Well, that is a perception issue that you have here. African Americans will resist you any way they can. So will other things, because of the way you policemen do business. And you African Americans has got to stop being like, I'm the victim. In the case of Mr. Floyd, he had issues. In the case of Mr. Wright, he had 2 warrants against him. Those are not issues. Those are decisions that you got to wait, that you're gambling your lives away. Look at the 13-year-old. He gambled his life away in Chicago by having that gun and running away from police. He should have just ran away there. But name of Toledo, that's going to be bad in Chicago because of the Chicago police. And yes, the Chicago police are bad. I give you that. But he should have just stayed there, taken his punishment, and then you can go after them in civil court for being overly aggressive. Okay? That's what you got the ACLU, the NAACP, and other organizations like this to do that. You don't need our Reverend Sharpton, and I don't know why he puts Reverend in front of his name, or Reverend Jesse Jackson. Really? They're a disgrace to the term Reverend and the term men of the cloth. You need people that'll be there for you if, ands, or buts, not for political and grandstanding. When are you going to realize that it's up to you, the people, the Joe Blows, the Hoods, and the Nobodies, that you got to get together and say enough is enough here. We've been victimized by the law enforcement, we're getting victimized by the lawbreakers, and we're getting victimized by the government. It's time for us to say enough is enough, and we want to set up a society where we are the citizens. We are the citizens. But I don't see anybody doing that. Why? Oh, well, it's not worth it. That's what I hear. Since I've been here since 1970 on your planet, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing this. And that's why my bosses told me not to intervene when you guys were getting clobbered by your haters. You think hate is bad, that you got hate here? The Mushka race, who originally originated here on planet Earth over 300 million years ago, have the most hated mentality. Think of Hitler on steroids, or the Nazis on steroids, and you got the Mushka. You can't reason with them, you can't talk to them. And that applies, the only thing that we've found in the universe where you're saying that you got here on planet Earth, a good Indian is a dead Indian, applies to them. Unfortunately, because they are so far gone that you can't reason with them, you can't talk to them, and you can't mediate with them. There's no, let's get out of this problem diplomatically, as you would say here. And that's what's coming your way. And you guys got only yourselves to blame, because you've had all those decades and millennia to get yourselves in order. And have you? No. Like I said, since January 1st, 51 shootings. So nothing has come to your attention there. That's why I say that humans have watermelons for brains. This is your favorite alien, and Bubba, good day.